the main ideas that we're going to teach in the first 6 weeks, and then we're going to make up a test this week to assess this. Did your class learn this? And that's
the Total Instructional Alignment Conference in 2010 was bigger than ever. The third summer gathering included educators from 20 school districts, visits from state officials, input from Idaho State University instructors, and help from Dell Computers. Once again, the goal, to improve student learning throughout Southeast Idaho.
I think it's expanded largely due to people hearing about it across the regions, districts wondering what TIA is, and as they get into it and hear the depth and the clarity of how the TIA process can clarify those standards, more and more districts are just becoming enthused about it and want to be involved.
Many of those attending this year's conference did so for the third straight year. Reading, language arts, and math teachers began attending in 2008. Science and social science teachers joined last year, and this year, health and humanities teachers entered the fold. Those more experienced educators served as mentors to those attending for the first time.
We've aligned them with our standards, so we've already taken this. So this is our objective, then the sub-objective, then this is the task analysis. These are some of the essential vocabulary, and then this is how we're going to know what they know. This is our assessments.
I'm still learning, but I like the idea that it does give me a standard, it gives me objective, it gives me some benchmarks, it gives me some, it does list some tasks there in the document that I can use. It's not the end all. It's not saying everything that I have to cover in my particular class. It's not saying that that if a teacher doesn't cover this, that they're leaving things out. But it gives me a foundation, it gives me a blueprint that I can follow. And if I can move through that, then I think at the end of the year, I can lay that, like I said earlier, that I could lay that document out in front of a student and say, okay, we've covered these objectives, we've covered these standards, we assessed you in this way. Do you feel you learned this stuff this year? And at the end of the year, if my students can't do that, then I'm kind of wondering, well, did I not cover any of these things? And so I'm looking at using the document kind of in that realm, really.
And as in the past, educators attending for the first time found the summer conference very valuable.
What I would like to say is that this conference has really made it clear to a lot of professionals that just because this is the book I'm using doesn't mean that I have to page by page include everything in my instruction. I do not have to do it this way. I don't have to include all of this. I don't even have to go in this order. Looking at our TIA document, looking at those standards and unpacking those tasks, this is what I'm going to do. And my textbook is only my resource.
Input from Idaho State University instructors has been beneficial to the TIA process, ensuring that new teachers entering the classroom are prepared to face students for the first time.
Especially in this day and age when some people aren't valuing education as much as we should. I look at these and I can look at this room and see teachers in there that are just digging into this and working really hard and helping each other and constructing and understanding together, so that it's going to be great for them to take this then back to their classrooms and take it back to their administrators. We have a lot of administrators here who are now buying into this and understanding it. The process itself is it's fantastic, and teachers are they're just awesome. They just are working so hard, and they understand this, and they're helping each other, and they collaborate well together, and it's been fun to just see that and work with these great teachers.
No matter the experience level, educators were reminded that proper alignment must answer 4 primary questions. First, what do we want our students to learn? Second, how will we respond to students who have not learned? Third, how will we know students have learned and learned well? And finally, how will we challenge students who have learned? Once again, education consultant and TIA proponent Lisa Carter was at the summer conference overseeing the work in progress.
All teachers are professionals and they love what they do, but the teachers in Southeast Idaho have such a passion and such a heart for what they do and for kids, no matter what is going on. They have this attitude, how can we learn, how can we improve, how can we do things better for our students. And so when they come excited and they come in with enthusiasm and they work hard, now this is not easy work, this is hard work, but they're working hard and learning and engaging, and at the same time having fun doing it, it just makes everyone kind of get swept up in the enthusiasm and the emotion from the week. So I'm just very, very proud and honored to be a part of this process, and amazed as it moves into year 3 and already having discussions about what can we do in year 4.
Educators foresee TIA continuing to grow in southeast Idaho, where in 2011 the National Common Core standards are tackled.
We will probably be dealing with the National Common Core standards next year. The state of Idaho has signed on to participate in that nationwide initiative. So I foresee that the focus of next year will deal largely with the Common Core standards, at least for language arts and mathematics.
Sharing the vision of student success through Total Instructional Alignment. It's a vision that continues to grow.